Hello everyone and welcome back to Evil Vin on Akumu difficulty, and in this guide we're going to be getting through chapter 10, which is probably the third hardest chapter in the game. We got a few difficult sections, and we also got, what's it called? We also got two boss fights back to back near the end, with Laura and with the Amalgam Alpha, aka the car park boss fight. But first of all, I just want to mention, quickly just loot these two rooms. And then when you go in the save room, what you're going to want to do is go to the upgrade thing. God, I'm getting I keep getting fucking burps. This keeps happening. It's really annoying. Anyway, so yeah, what you want to upgrade is go to your sniper and upgrade your fire rate for the sniper to level 3. And that's it. That's all you got to upgrade. Sniper fire rate to level 3.
Who is that guy next door?
Oh god. This chapter is it's very doable, like every other chapter in this game, but it's like, holy shit, mentally you're like, this will be your lowest point, because you got, a fairly difficult chapter, followed up with arguably the hardest chapter in the game, followed up with another pretty difficult chapter, and then the game slowly gets easier from there. But yeah, sniper fire rate level 3. Am I gonna do it? I am. Okay. Yep. So, I think there's a crossfade here. I guess so just continue on, like normal. Yeah, this is it's 37 minutes long, which, it's about roughly the same amount. So don't accidentally trigger this wire, disarm it, so then you can actually go in the room, because if you trigger that wire, those spikes will, like, close off that room, and you won't get this key. If that happens, just load back to the last save. And there's the first key. First of how many keys? I can't remember. I think there's about 4 keys in this chapter. I could be very wrong though. But yeah, so this first section of the chapter is like a weird circus thing. You got like a big spinning blade, which is fairly easy to avoid, other than the fact that you can almost. Okay, we'll get to it when we get to it, but for this part, go around the left side of when you enter the room, and then what you could eventually, you could essentially go straight to this guy and, get him in the back, and kill him. But if you're not comfortable with that, just wait for him to cycle around his path, and then get him when he turns his back. I paused there for some reason. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, this is the section that made me realize how fucking stupid the animation is for when you disarm a bear trap. I never knew this until I did this. When you disarm a bear trap, Sebastian will stand up for some fucking reason. And it got me killed so many times doing this part. Same for, if you pick up green gel, Sebastian could slightly lift his head up, which then makes you vulnerable enough to get you decapitated. Anyway, so when you kill that guy, pick up his flame torch, and then make your way into the next room. So hold LT, and then kill this guy, and then immediately pick up his axe, hold LT, and kill this bitch. Don't worry about the sniper for now, he can't kill you. That's probably going to be the hardest part of this first section, to be fair. Yeah, when you do that, when you kill those people, get your sniper out and then take this guy out. He takes either 1 headshot or 2 body shots. And I missed my shot there anyway. So the people with the white masks, you can kill you can headshot with a sniper. But it's people with the black masks you can't, aka the SWAT guys, the guys with machine guns. So for here you want to get a shock bolt. If you don't have a shock bolt, craft one, and you're gonna want a few matches here. A problem I've noticed about this section is that at this point in the game, for all 5 of my playthroughs, I was fairly, okay, maybe not this playthrough, but I was fairly low on matches. As soon as you climb up the ladder, immediately like shoot here, because like they can easily spot you from where you're standing there, so be careful. But yeah, shoot where I shot it, and then wait for them all to kind of like cluster together, and then fuck them all up. As you saw, there's 4 guys there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 5 guys actually. One of them is a fat guy. So keep count. Make sure you kill 5 guys. God, I'm not good at commentary, am I? Ugh. Anyway, so you know, after you kill those people, there's gonna be another sniper guy. I use my sniper, shoot him in the head. He doesn't even have a mask. And then yeah, fuck him up. And after you take out that sniper guy, that's good. And then you can make your way, loot the room, and then when you're done, pick up that. So there's going to be a crossfade here because this next part is like weird. So this next guy can either spawn or not spawn. If he doesn't spawn, it's not the end of the world. You don't need his axe. But I would prefer to have his axe, you know, because you know it's an insta-killing weapon. It's useful. It's more of a backup. So yeah, if he's here, he'll come around this corner. Eventually, he could come as soon as you drop. He could come in like 10 seconds. But that guy might, you know, he might not be there. There's a chance that he won't spawn. And if that happens, you don't need the axe. You can continue like normal. It's not the end of the world. If anything, you save a shotgun bullet. But I like to have his axe as like a backup. So here, be careful. Look. He stands up. Why the fuck does he stand up? I don't know. And yeah, I left my axe, you know, there. So as soon as you climb over the wall, kind of jump back, because 2 people will come through. To kill them, you just shoot them with a handgun, make them stand up, and then they'll get, you know, decapitated. You just gotta get the timing right. Be careful when you pick up anything in this section, whether it's green gel, disarming a trap, especially a bear trap, because Sebastian will most likely stand up. So what I would do is wait for the blade to go past you. As soon as it goes past you, then pick up whatever you want to pick up. Like here, I'm waiting for the blade to go past. Meow, pick it up. Like he didn't, you know, jolt up there, but sometimes Sebastian has, you know, lifted his head up for some reason. And here, look, he doesn't do it. It's mainly for bear traps. Like here, look, he slightly puts his head up at the start, which can get you killed, and then he straight up stands up near the end. And he does that every time, and I never noticed it throughout the whole game until here. And from now, for like the rest of the game, I couldn't stop noticing it. Now be careful, because that guy on the left is actually alive, so we'll be taking him out. But there's going to be a guy who comes around the corner, wait for him to turn his back, then sneak kill him, and then we're going to match the guy who's to our, you know, who's lying down next to us. So yeah, he's going to turn around, and I'm going to make my way and kill him. And off I go. It's been 8 minutes already. Damn. Ugh. And then when I kill him, turn around and match the other guy. Again, he could grab you here. It just shows how bullshit this game is. Like once I matched him and he grabbed me as he was on fire, and it was just, I already said that quite early on, I think in chapter 1, that could happen. Okay, so here there's another 2 people left. There's one lying down and there's another like patrolling. Wait till the guy who's patrolling turns his back, and then you can kill him. And then boom, as soon as he turns his back, sneak kill him. You gotta get the timing right. And I used my axe here on this guy just to save a match. The axe isn't really necessary, as you can see. It's just there, you know, just in case I get caught or something, or if anything fucks up. So if the guy doesn't spawn, it's literally not the end of the world. If anything, you save a shotgun bullet. Now here, there's after you put this weird triangle battery thing in, there's going to be a guy with a sniper, and that's what I do. I break the window, so then I could, you know, shoot him, because if you shoot the window with the sniper, it won't go through. It will just break the window and that's it. So make sure you break the window first before shooting that guy. And again, just a well-timed headshot will get him, or 2 body shots if you're not, you know, good at getting the head. But it should be fine. And after that, you're pretty much, that's the first section sorted, or all done. Now this ladder is pretty much going to be the only ladder in the game. Do not like jump down here. Climb the ladder like normal, because there's a trauma down there, and even though he does despawn, if you like straight up jump down there, he won't despawn in time and you will have to fight him, which we don't want to do. So we got a shock bolt there, which we will need, and we also want at least 1 ice bolt. So if you don't have an ice bolt, craft it now, because we're going to need it for this next section. So then now we're coming up to our second key, was it? So shoot the key before entering this bit, and then enter it, and then pick it up. If you fuck it up somehow, just reload to the last checkpoint. Alright, so this next section, there's a rivet clone in it, and that's what we need the ice bolt for. So I think, if I remember, in total there are 7 guys. That, you know, after you do the initial like ice bolt and maybe even potential shock bolt, there are a few people that could be lying about, and I'll show you where all those locations are. There's a crossfade. Fucking burps, man. And there's a crossfade here because I fucked up. So when you enter the room, crouch and make your way to the bottle, pick it up, and you're going to wait for this guy to exit the door. As soon as he exits the door, that's when you're going to throw the bottle next to the door and wait for all the people to show up, and make sure you aim for the rivet clone and get him. Whoever's still alive or still chasing you, I guess, you know, put a shock bolt down and then match whoever's left, and whoever is left is probably going to be on the floor. So as soon as he leaves, throw a bottle, immediately get back and get your ice bolt ready. And wait a few seconds, and you know, when those few seconds have been waited, shoot an ice bolt and kill everyone there. And then, you know, whoever's left, just use the shock bolt to kill him with. Now here, I think I killed 3 people. So there was a couple people alive or left who are lying down, and I will show you where all the locations are. Because even though you might not see anyone, there's still a few people who are probably lying down for you. And I'm going to show you where those locations are. First of all, there's a bomb trap in that gap there, which I don't think you can disarm. Okay, no, there's a dead body there. I didn't even fucking see that. So there can be a dead body right here in front of these boxes, which I'm show you there. And there can also be a actually no, there is a dead body there. There's a fat guy. And there can also be a dead body down here too, which I think there is. Is there? Yeah, there is. And yeah, I think that's all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then 4 plus. So I must have killed the 4 guys then with that ice bolt, or 3 guys and then the shock bolt. Yeah, for some reason you can only disarm this trap on this side, at least from my experience. Don't challenge that in case you accidentally blow yourself up and you have to do this room again. Just be safe, and yeah. So I'm showing you there can be a guy there. And after you loot the room, make sure you pick up that triangle thing, because, you know, that's story. That's how you progress. Pick up everything. It's good to, again, pick up everything I pick up, as I've mentioned 50 times already. After that, make your way. And make sure you have at least 1 shock bolt, again, because we're going to get through this next section with only 1 shock bolt. And there's a couple guys, you know, there's a trauma, there's a few haunted. But like I tried my best to get through this part as easy as possible. You know, what I would do is I would try and kite everyone and use a flashball, and it's like it's too much, I think. So one day, or at least one of my attempts, I did this strat, and it just worked. And then I did it. This was my second time attempting it, and it worked again. So it works, and it's really efficient because it only takes one shock bolt. But it might take you a few tries to pull off, because it seems like, it honestly looks like something a fucking world record speedrunner would do. What I do here. Oh fuck, where the fuck? Oh, there's my water. Okay. Alright, so what you want to do is kind of just do exactly what I do, obviously. Duh. So you're going to want to make sure you have it in your hand equipped. And then run. Oh, okay, so I get my shotgun here to shoot whoever's in my way. But I didn't end up using it. And make sure you use your shock bolt roughly where I put it. Now, you could easily get hit here. But, yeah, as soon as you pull the switch, immediately run. You won't, and get onto here. You won't get blended up, you know, so that might be a lot to take in. So make your way past all those guys, shoot the shock bolt on the floor, and then, you know, while dodging the trauma, pull the switch. As soon as you pull the switch, immediately run to here. Don't stop, or you might get blended up. Immediately run here, get under here, try get their attention, and make them all kill themselves, basically. Now be careful, because they can kick you here, which is stupid. And there is a key under here, so make sure, don't forget this key. Because in my third playthrough, I forgot this key, which is fucking stupid, because I was too hyped for pulling this off. Because that was my first time pulling that off. Think about it, this is probably my third time pulling it off, because I obviously did it for my fourth, didn't I? Like, for my third playthrough is when I discovered that. I was like, holy shit, I just did some badass shit. And I was so hyped, I forgot about that key. So make sure you don't forget about that key. Alright, so for this next part, we want 1 ice bolt and 2 shock bolts. Yeah, we're using a lot of shock bolts here, and I'm getting it ready here. So I got 1 ice bolt, and then you want to get 2 shock bolts. Because in the next section, there's going to be like 2 enemies and 2 traumas. And it's like, damn, I fucking hate this part, and I don't know how to get through it, but this strat, I think I did this strat back in my first playthrough. Probably my second as well. It just works. It's the only way I can really imagine getting through it. Because you don't want to kill them all, because it just, that's too much ammunition. So instead, you're just going to want to use these shock bolts instead, and ice bolts. Okay, so yeah, make sure, as soon as you climb down here, there's going to be a checkpoint, and that's when you're going to do the thing. As there isn't a crossfade, I assume I did it first try. Something actually fucked up in this attempt, I remember. So, so what you want to do is throw the bottle. This guy has super, like, high, vision, by the way, for some reason, so be careful. Make sure throw the bottle at his shadow, because he can easily see you. As soon as you see the 2 guys group up, shoot the shock bolt, and then just wait. And this is the part that takes luck. Yeah, break the boxes just to loot it. So you're either going to get lucky, and you're going to get the 2 traumas grouped up together, and you can easily run past them both, like I did here, or you're going to get unlucky and they're going to be in your way. So here, shoot that bear trap, because that bear trap got rid of my shock bolt, and you're going to see in a second, it just randomly disappears, and I think it's because of the shock bolt. Here I was freaking out, because I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking dead, aren't I? But I actually managed to get through. So yeah, shoot that bear trap with your handgun, and then place the shock bolt, just in case that happens. Even though that never happened to me before, that was the first time that happened to me, it's probably a glitch. I don't think the bear trap did get rid of it, but just in case, get rid of the bear trap. So what I do here is I wait for the traumas to go away. I'm honestly surprised I made it, but that's because I got really lucky with the first shock bolt, that I managed to get away with that without a second shock bolt. I got really lucky with that shock bolt. Like, they almost never, they went to like the far left of the room. That both of them, that never happens. I got really lucky here. and unlucky at the same time, which is funny. Yeah, after I wait for them to go away, I go in this room and pick up the green gel and flashbolts. And after that, make your way out, and we're gonna continue down to the 2 back-to-back boss fights. And we're also gonna visit our second save room. So for this save room, if you don't use any keys, but if you have if you have a safe that has shock bolts, pick them up, because we're gonna need a couple shock bolts for these next 2 boss fights. Although if you don't have any shock bolts, don't use a key, just craft them. Oh man, these 2 boss fights were not... I mean, they're not bad, it's just fucking... It's just annoying that you have to do them both back to back. It's like, you beat the Laura boss fight and like, holy shit, I just did this boss fight. Now I gotta do another one. It's just... That's always my mentality whenever I play through this chapter. It's like, holy shit, I just did this really hard thing. Time for another one. And even after you beat the chapter, you're like, oh shit, I just did this hard chapter. Time for chapter 11, the hardest chapter in the game, or maybe second. I still think 6 is probably the hardest, but... Anyway, so what are you going to want to upgrade? Okay, here, do I pick up shock bolts? I don't have anything in my notes telling me to pick anything up, so what am I doing here? I probably do pick up shock bolts. I'm actually really interested. What am I doing? Yeah, I do. Yeah. So like I said, if you have any shock bolts available from one of the saves or safes, pick them up, because we need them. If you don't, that's fine. Don't use any keys. Just craft them. But yeah, so what we're going to want to upgrade is get your sniper damage to level 3. I think it's sniper damage. I just put down damage level 3. I assume it's for the sniper though, because we need that up. Yeah, sniper damage level 3. We need that up for the Amalgam Alpha boss fight, aka the car park boss fight. After that, save the game and get ready. Oh man, even like watching it, it's just like, I'm so glad I don't have to do this. Like I said in the last recording, on the last episode or chapter, I don't know what you want to call it. In the last video, I already mentioned you know, I got all the gameplay done. I really beat the game, but it's like, man, a part of me wants to play it again, but at the same time, I really played through it like 5 times back to back, essentially. I don't want to do it again. Anyway, so as soon as you pull the switch, she's gonna come after you. Shoot a shock bolt here, because this shock bolt is very important. If you're playing on casual survival, you don't need to do this, because you know you won't need it. But on Nightmare or Akumu, you need to put that shock bolt there, or you will die, because she's just so fast. She's so fast on Akumu, you need to put that shock bolt there, or there's no way of making it through. So yeah, make sure you put that shock bolt there, because she's just that fucking quick. And that's the first section done, pretty much. Just continue down this linear path. Don't go for that green gel, because you won't make it out. You will probably die. And yeah, there you go. That's the first section done. There's 3 sections to this boss fight. Each section gets a bit harder. So the second section, if I remember, it's the part where you have to... So there's 2 sections to it. So there's the first section where you have to... You pretty much just have to pull like a vault or like a lever, and then wait like 30 seconds or some shit. It's that bit. If I remember, you only need 1 shock bolt for this, and even then the shock bolt isn't like necessary. It just helps a bit, you know, to your survival. That shock bolt I placed down earlier, you need that. This next shock bolt, you don't need it. So if you're low on shock bolt, and you don't have to put it down. In fact, we don't need the shock bolt for the rest of this boss fight, but all the shock bolts from now on I put down in this boss fight, they're just like, you know, they help you survive, they help you buy enough time. And I think there was a crossfade there because I died. Yeah, make sure you don't sprint here, because during that animation, Sebastian doesn't regain stamina, so make sure you walk into that encounter. Pick up the shock bolts, run past that bear trap, because there's a bear trap there, so just stick to the left side and you'll miss it, which is what you want. Shoot that bomb and disarm the trap, and then just, you know, kite this this bitch around this room until the fire's out. And yeah, I completely fucked up the timing on that, but with how the camera is angled, you can't really see her. What I find interesting is that they brought this mechanic back in the second game, when you you go to Fyodor's castle, and you gotta like turn off those fire things. I just find that really interesting that they brought that back in the second game. Out of all the things they brought back this. Anyway, after you get through that section, just climb up this ladder, go left, not right, you'll just be wasting time. And then get your handgun out, reach, you know, back in the room. So make sure you get an angle where you can see the floor. As soon as you see her, shoot it. And then, you know, make sure that, you don't walk into that bear trap, because there's a bear trap there. And then pull the switch. As soon as you pull the switch, shoot the shock bolt, and then disarm it so you get a trap part. Again, you don't need the shock bolt, but then you can't get the trap part. And this part is hard because it's very tight, this area. And again, she's quick. I don't know how I survived that. Honestly, she should have killed me there, but... And there you go. I have enough time to get through. So to get through this part, look in the top middle of the room and shoot that, and you're good. So for this next part, make sure you equip your grenade to like the bottom or some shit. Just, you need, for this next part, you need a handgun, a grenade, and shock bolts. You don't need the shock bolts, but the handgun and the grenade you need. So immediately run to the left, avoid the bear traps. This is the hardest part of the boss fight. Shoot these two switches, also avoiding the bear traps. Depending which way she goes, you just go the opposite direction. For me, she went left. Most of the time she goes right. So from here, shoot this third switch, wait a second, and then jump down. Immediately switch to your grenade, and throw the grenade over there to trigger the time bomb through the fire. By the way, she could hit you while you're jumping down. And then as soon as you throw the grenade, immediately go to the body, put the thing on fire, and then shoot the thingy that I just shot, and then shoot the shock bolt. This is a lot going on. And then when you shoot the shock bolt, pull the switch, run away, and now you just gotta survive. After you do that, survive, like, and I use shock bolts here to buy time. You gotta wait a good 30 seconds. Like, this is probably like one of the hardest parts to pull off throughout this playthrough, because like there is no easier way to do it. Like, you have to do that. Like, if you want to make it any easier, you're gonna have to, you know, spend more fucking trap parts, which we don't really have the trap parts. But yeah, that's hard because there's so much going on in a short amount of time. But just focus, like, even slow down the footage if you need to. But yeah, you know, we don't really have time to celebrate because we got another fairly difficult boss fight coming up. So yeah. Yeah, we don't need the grenade anymore, so... Yeah, that grenade, if you don't know, there's like a time bomb next to the switch, and you can't shoot it, you can't... Unless if you disarm it, which you probably, you know, if you're using the guide, you probably can't. Throw that grenade. Oh, man. So we're gonna come up to our, well, actually we're gonna come up to Marcelo Jimenez's death scene, which is very sad because he is a very cool character. Other than that, we're coming up to our third save, and for this next save, we're not gonna upgrade anything. We're just gonna save the game, and maybe use the saves to pick up more shock bolts, and that's it. If you're low on sniper ammo, pick up sniper bullets as well. We're gonna need a lot of sniper bullets for the next 2 chapters. Like chapter 11, we're gonna use sniper bullets a lot, as well as chapter 12. I'm almost empty on my water, but we're near the end of the chapter anyway. Got about 7 minutes. So yeah, the boss fight is fairly... The first part is easy, it's just the final part. And for the final part, if you can, if you're lucky enough and you learn the boss fight's, I guess, movements, you can easily do it. It's just, every time you die, you have to wait like a minute before, not even that, like a minute and a half before you can actually do, what you want to do again. You'll see what I mean, like you have to wait around for like, forever. So for this next boss fight, you need a couple of sniper bullets, maybe like 1, 2, 3, maybe like 5, 6 sniper bullets, about 2 ice bolts, an explosive bolt, and a shock bolt, maybe. I don't think you need a shock bolt. Actually, no, you do. We'll see. As long as you have those things, as long as you have sniper bullets, it's fine because you can craft everything else. So as soon as you see that like the checkpoint and you can move, pause the game and load back. Click load autosave, because then you will be able to, do it properly. So what this happens, if you do this normally, and then do my strat, it won't work because he's got different patterns. Whereas if you load up the last autosave, or kill yourself, that also works, then he has a different pattern, which is easier. So get your sniper out and look to the left of the red dot stop sign, and his eye will always go there. As soon as you shoot the eye, shoot the head on top, and immediately get back into cover and wait. So just to have a rundown. As soon as the boss fight starts. Oh yeah, by the way, if you die, you don't have to load back the last save again. So just make sure you do it once, and that's it. So get your sniper, look to the left of the red stop sign, shoot the eye, then shoot the head, and then hide, and then wait. He's gonna bring his eye out again, but there's really no like simple way of getting it, so we're just gonna wait. And this next part is probably kind of a difficult part to pull off. As soon as he starts walking away, get your explosive bolts and put it next to the 2 fire barrels. Get the shot bolt and kind of put it in between, around where I put it, and then get your ice bolts equipped. So then when he comes back, get your sniper ready. As soon as he triggers the explosive bolt, shoot him, and then get your ice bolt out, and then shoot the bottom head, and then wait for him to trigger the thing again, and then shoot another explosive bolt at him. And now you're gonna want to like kind of kite him, because he's gonna come out of the shock, and then shoot him with a third explosive bolt. And then you're in the second phase, and for here you just need get your ice bolt ready, and try and lure him over here. So what you need to do is get like a good view on his eye, which is there. Shoot that twice and he dies. And yeah, that's the boss fight. I made it look easy, but that like second part with the whole shooting him with the explosive bolts, like getting that third explosive bolt in can be quite difficult. But if you get that third explosive bolt in, he'll just stand around and turn into a second phase. While he's doing that, sprint down that kind of, I'd say a corridor, but like kind of narrow path, and then make him chase you. When he's chasing you, shoot him with the ice bolt, shoot him twice in that critical spot, that I shot at, shoot him twice there, and he dies. After that, you can loot the rest of the room, and that's chapter 10 done. Which, again, it's doable, but then again, all chapters are doable. When you think about it, it's like, Oh yeah, it's hard, but I can do it. Anyway, next chapter coming up is either the, arguably the hardest chapter in the game or the second hardest chapter in the game. Either way, chapter 11 is the final chapter that's in your way from beating the game. If you beat next chapter, chapter 11, if you beat chapter 11, then you've basically beaten the game on Akumu, because all the chapters after that get easier and easier. So even though chapter 12 is still quite difficult, it's easier. And in chapter 13, it's even easier. And 14 is even more easier. And in chapter 15, it's kind of a joke how easy that chapter is. Because the only reason chapter 15 is easy is because by that point we would have opened every single safe. So we would have gotten like 100,000 green gel. We would have gotten so much green gel and supplies. We'll just be unstoppable. But anyway, that's chapter 10 done. And like I said, next chapter is arguably the hardest chapter in the game. It's on par to chapter 6. So yeah, we'll encounter that in the next video. But for now, well done for doing chapter 10. It's kind of a bit of a hard chapter, and if you made it this far, well done. Well done. You made it this far. We're getting there. 5 chapters left. But anyway, chapter 11, we'll do that next time. Until then, good luck and goodbye.